And we're live with more Friday Jive. I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. Kind of went totally blank there. Like, what did I talk about in my last video? I just remembered. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer. I really don't want to say all this. Oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American civil. I am your messenger of God. I am the first child of God, Lilith reincarnated, the goddess in the flesh. In order to keep up with me, you better have seen what I posted on my community page. What'd you post? It's a same old, same ho fucking conversation. It's triggering. I guess as soon as I sat here and I dropped into it, I took a deep breath. I was like, here comes that emotional clearing. What is it? The witch's wound is what I'm seeing. That makes sense for all the cards I pulled out. I wasn't exactly sure. I mean, I had an idea where this was going, but I didn't know it was going to get dark. Yeah. Okay. Let's do it. It's Friday. What is it? I posted a video about they didn't know you were a divine being and God's kicking their ass. And it was pretty cool. They're like, no, I think this is your spirit guides. I was like, yeah, I think so too. That's why I was like, I tell you in every video that I am your spiritual healer and teacher. They call me a shaman and seer, an oracle. I am a light worker for the fucking Galactic Federation of Light. I originally was a star, so now I'm a starseed. An earth angel because I'm part of the angelical order. A mystic. I'm a medium because I go in between the worlds. A psychic because I know where we're going on time loops that we're on. And all the shit I say I am. And I say it every fucking time. And I posted that. I was like, it's the most I told you so irritating moment of my existence. It's funny because when they said that, I have a new book to bring this out. I was going to start out with, yeah, I'm a whole divine being. But all the fucking shit I teach is just craft. We're all part of the divine, originally from God. So to say that I'm a divine being, whatever. I have a high order in divinity. If you want to have some, put some respect on my name. But going back to it is you challenge my authority, because if you ever talk to me or, whatever, it's in every video. I told you what you was dealing with since the beginning. I told people since the beginning what I was. I wasn't sure how I was that, and it started to unfold and open up as I accessed my Akashic records and played out my karma, you know what I mean, and restored my powers. And so I was going to get into all of that. Right now I had brought out most of my witch cards, and then my psychic development for beginners. How does all this happen? The craft is the craft. You didn't have to be chosen or anything to have the ability to do what the ancestors did, as long as you knew how to practice with the practice. And that's where, when Jesus came in, they tried to eliminate all historical ancestral practices, which were put in place for people to get to God without Jesus. They had ways to access God. And when Jesus came in, the Christian church, you know what I mean, tried to eliminate that there was only one God and you could only get to God through our God. No, our God was a facet to anybody that couldn't get to God through their own ways. They could be accepted through our God as well. Instead, it became this whole mutiny. Going back to it though, I have 3 decks right here, and that's, as soon as I said it, it's like this is that irritating moment. Let me just process it. I'm hearing it in my mouth. You accused me of being something I wasn't. And then you persecute me for being what I am. And then you fear the authority that I'm given. So when I started all this, they accused me of being a witch, doing spells, doing dark practices on everyone. They still do. They still do. It's exactly what Morgan told me this morning. So they came up and talked to her, and they're afraid of retaliation. They're afraid. I think they're afraid you're gonna curse them, dude. I don't. And I was like, really? She's like, I told them that you're a God-serving woman, and that you don't do that type of shit. But whatever. It's like, bro, everybody is afraid of that. Anyways, as I said that, before I get into these, there was a brand new book that I got about witches, and I remember turning to a page that said The Witch's Wound. And it's like, you know, we have to wear the persecution of whoever came before us, is what that means. And many of you can relate to that. I didn't understand discrimination until I became a witch. Until I honored my heritage. How about that? I'd never experienced it, and I experienced it in Oklahoma. And I experienced what discrimination was. I had never been discriminated on until that point in my life, and it's religiously. I'm discriminated on for my religious beliefs. How many other people are, though, too? So this is a beautiful place, because those of us that were denied our beliefs come together in the name of Christ. Go fuck yourself. And that's the whole point of Christ. And they forgot that. They done left that shit out the books. Well, I can show you in what scripture, you fucking small-minded motherfuckers. Anyway, sorry. It's a heavy burden to say that you're a witch. It's comes with all kinds of fear and condemnation, and you don't even have to say it for them to think it. Like I said, they see my necklaces and they believe, and for good reason. They fear. The funny part is, their fear is a lack of understanding of what I can and can't do, and their fear is a reflection of their lack of faith in their God and what He can and can't do against me. Now, little do they know in their very small minds is I am working for their God. Really? Is there a God I don't work for? I really don't know what the fucking Muslims are into, but I'm pretty sure that I work for, you know, their ancestors and just don't respect them. Something like that. My purse fell when we said that. I got this book. I was guided. It's like a basic, every witch is a witch, and this is how we're a witch. But I remember seeing in this, The Witch's Wound. And I turned the page down. Turned down for what? We're about to remember. So, in essence, again, they fear me because of the power that's been given to me by the Almighty. I'm just quiet because it's like the basic foundation of Lilith. They feared Lilith because they didn't understand Lilith. But they wrote great books and da-da-da-da and blah-blah-blah-blah and blah-da-da-da. But in essence, it's like you fear that which you don't understand. And luckily, again, I'm in a place where I have a freedom to religion. Right? And you don't have these freedoms anymore. If you were deemed a witch, you were... Dude, it's a bad thing. Why? Because you had special abilities that other people didn't have, and they feared those abilities. You were the basic beginning of a mutant. It didn't matter where you got your abilities. The fact that you had them deemed you dangerous. Have you seen Wanda on the Avengers? I didn't watch that shit on Disney. I didn't watch any of that shit after Stan Lee died because they tried to recreate his ideas. You can't put on his clothes. You can't put on his mind. Shit. Anyways, go ahead. That pisses me off. So I heard a crow. Let me just start. For a woman to actually repossess herself and to center, there is a monumental task, taking years of difficult, painstaking work. Once a woman has done the work of remembering herself, she is much more able to change the world effectively. It was written by Vicky Noble, a Shakti woman. You remember your dismembered parts. This is having a whole fucking conversation here. I was talking with a friend recently and discussing how despite us both doing much work on ourselves and despite everything we know and teach and share, we still get triggered by other women. We get triggered by social media and societal beliefs, and when we witness triggering, and our instant reaction is to berate ourselves, to pick up a stick and beat ourselves with it. See, patriarchy doesn't have anything to do it. Well, Nothing apart from smoke and this is so funny. Well, nothing apart from smoke a fat cigar and continue to make endless money from the insecurities that are created in us all. We have to realize and remember that it's society that's broken, not us. That the remembrance has to be daily practice because the witch wound is carnivorous. When we remember, we start to begin whole again. This is interesting. Let me jump down to here. It takes bloody courage to stand up as a woman owning your power. Just as Joan of Arc, her mantra, "I'm not afraid, I was born to do this," is a battle cry of many and an awakening witch who is answering that deep call from her womb. I just want to tell you that Joan of Arc behind me her womb is tearing her apart. Little guy. But that's what she said. I was born for this. I told the story, Amelia. I watch Morgan with her daughter, right? She's 2 years old, and she's just, she's so protective, bubble wrap, yelling at her, "No, don't do that, don't do that, come here, don't do that, no, 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 no." And I was like, bro, you gotta let them be free. I was like, I told this story. I take my kids to, I'm taking them on a trip, and I don't know exactly where. I think we're in Florida. We're staying at a big children's hotel. I think it's the Nickelodeon motel. And she's seeing all these kids go down this enormous fucking slide, bro. It is huge, bro. It is so big. And she's like, "I want to do it. I want to do it." And I'm looking at her like, "You can't do this, Nemo." And she's looking at me with her big old eyes. And she's like, "I want to do it." And I'm like, oh my God. And I gotta let her be a big girl. And she's like maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6. She's tiny. I'm not ready to let her go flying down this fucking thing. Every thought in my mind is going off. But I see kids her size and bigger doing it. But I'm terrified, dude. And I have to let her have this big girl moment. She's climbing up these stairs. And she's a little wobbling. She's wobbling her way up there. She comes flying down this damn thing. I'm ready to catch her at the end, dude. I'm like, oh my God, I'm scared. She has the biggest Kool-Aid smile, and she wants to do it again. She has always been that kid. That's what I was telling Morgan. I was like, she never asked. She would just figure out a way. If she wanted something in the kitchen, she would find a way to get it. If she wanted to do something, she would just do it. She was like born to do shit. Like, she just does. She just does. She just does. The first time I put her on a bike, I promise you, with no training wheels, she just went. Like, just took off. I don't think she ever fell off a bike. I don't know if she has a story of falling. Have you fell off a bike?
No.
It's just simple shit, bro. When I put her in the go-kart, she just knew. She was born for this shit. She is like, I got it. And you don't tell her no, because she really knows she got it, and she totally does. She got it. Ever since she was little, bro, I used to watch her do shit. The first time I knew she was a genius, bro, she was like 2.5 years old. And she's in the bathtub, and the bathtub's covered with bubbles. It's covered. There's like fucking a foot of bubbles. You can't see the water. And I was like, all right, it's time to pick up the toys. Instead of doing what every single human being in the entire world would do, which is rub your hand across the bottom and find the toys, she takes this clear cup. We always have a clear jug for our baths. And she puts it in the water, and she uses it, dude. She uses it as you know what I mean, to see through the bubbles into the water, and she can see them all. That was when I knew she was a fucking genius, bro. She was like 3 years old. I was like, I've never seen that. She just was, her problem-solving skills, she can see things that, you know what I mean, behind it. She's got so intelligent. So intelligent. So as far as Joan of Arc, I'm not afraid. I was born to do this. I've seen it. And I tell you all the time, she is like filling herself with all the information she needs to fight all the wars of equality in this world. Unfortunately, she has a broken womb. Well, you know. Joan's magic power was insight, trust, devotion, and courage. She was fearless. And that was it. At 13 years old, Joan of Arc had a feeling she was called by an angel to go fight this war, the 100-Year War. 13 years old, she went for it, dude. She was trained. She started at 13, but I think it was like something like that. I don't know all the details. She went to fucking war, bro. She's the real ass warrior, bro. She really did it. And they didn't believe in her. A woman of all. She was fearless. We'd be fools if we thought we could do all of this without feeling any fear. But like Joan, you and I must feel the fear and answer it with big courage. And on page 88, you must go to the place that you've been taught to be afraid of, because that's where your power is. So I'm going to the Bible, and I'm actually going back to, you know what I mean? I hated Oklahoma. Why did I hate Oklahoma? Because I feared it. I hated it because of it had roots to their dad, and I feared what he had done and said about me and my family. I knew that he talked shit and he lied about us and he said we were all kinds of things, and I didn't want to go there and have to fucking, you know what I mean, walk in that condemnation. And I also didn't want to be a witch. And little by little, God pushed me to, you know what I mean? And he showed me, if you can be a witch here, you can be a witch anywhere. And then after that, slowly after that, he took me to Las Vegas and said the same thing. If you can be a witch here, you can be a witch anywhere. What was after Las Vegas? The Bronco Stadium. During the Bronco game, 70,000 people. It's the Broncos and the Colts. If you can be a witch here, you can be a witch anywhere. It's not always easy, but it is what I am. And what I am is a servant of God. And the witches from before, they're not all serve God, but not everyone should die for the bad apples in the orchard. There was no path for Joan, and no definite path for us either. The path doesn't yet exist, because we're creating it in every act of love and courage, and that's both scary and exhilarating. And that's it. She was a girl. She didn't know nothing about the world. She just went out into it with the faith and a feeling. All right, I feel like it's time to go this way. All right, I feel like I'm hungry. I feel, you know what I mean? She's driven by her feelings, her instincts, not by what people have taught her. She's going against all knowing, into the unknown, to go fight a man's war, a country's war. We have to practice love and compassion for ourselves and for other women when we fuck up, because we inevitably will. This is new territory for all of us, and we're all remembering how to trust ourselves and each other. So be gentle, yeah? Tend to your roots and tend to hers. Let's see. The charge of a witch is to save ourselves. It's to treat ourselves and each other with respect and grace and honor the divine feminine requires, because we are all facets of she. We all came from her, and we will all return to her. And when stop. Who's she? The highest version of me. It's her. But I have to harness it through the lowest version of me, my first version. I was the Shekinah before I was the Lilith. I was light before I was dark. And coming back to the light is just a remembrance of the light. But my comfort has always been the dark. Really? Yeah. There's always all the dark goddesses, except for Kanye. I have that one still within me. But yeah. It's a mother and father. It's a duality. That's that inner nurture. Or what is it? I told you. It's me. It's your divine feminine. The one that's acting up right now is, all the dark goddesses. Me. Anyways, I thought this was going to be more about some other shit. I will no longer be silent. It's safe. You're safe. We're safe. A witch's call. This is a call to all witches, to any women who get angry, who ache, who feel pain, who roar, who cry and howl. It is the call to the women who see herself and millions of women who burnt and are still burning for the defamed womanhood. There's a big, I don't know what this is. Feel the energy of the witch, the repressed feminine magic and power, the energy of the wise and wild woman who holds the secrets of Mama Earth, her cycles, her rhythms, her nature. Why is my daughter dying? Because it's the dark moon cycle. She's in the dark moon cycle, as she should be. Now that you are an ancestor of what is to come, bring the witch back to life and into conversation. Come together in support of each other and not in competition. This will be what really messes with the patriarchy. When women standing together and encouraging each other, and not in a social media friendly photo opportunity where either by standing have what way either, but by having conscious, brave, and real conversations with each other, by calling each other in and not calling each other out, by helping each other to put back the pieces, to become whole, and to feel fully supported without being judged or shamed in that wholeness. Remember, reconnect with, rewild, reclaim is what is rightfully yours. Yourself, your truth, your voice. It is necessary for both men and women, the entire planet we inhabit, need to learn from the patriarchy's mistakes and wake up, listen, and take action based on the wisdom of the witch. Polarities, contradictions, truth, and edges. Now let's not go too deep. Alright, so after I did the Reclaiming My Dark Goddess, these came out. They're written by the same one, which is Reclaiming Your Birthright as a Witch. Alright? So we went through all of these where I learned all of this. I'm going to teach you real quickly. So I learned about, and it was already being taught in other books, but I learned about the Sabbath, more about moon magic, candle magic, Diana, curses and remedies, witches' scripts. I still don't fuck with the runes and shit. I don't fuck with that shit. Midwives, crafters. This is when we start creating our own tools. Spell casting, charms, weather magic. That's my favorite. We're talking about the witch hunts. We're going to bring that up. Moats, kitchen witchery, the high priest, who is chosen by the high priestess, the horned god, Hecate. These are the sigils. Again, that's why I said I don't practice all that. Oh, you need that? Go ahead. Covens, I'm not part of one, but, you know, whatever. The Grimoire is a book. They're not hidden anymore. Most of them are poured out in regular literature, but there might be grimoires, original grimoires of books that carried some of the secrets. We're finding them. And that's what I mean, is like, it was no secret. It's hidden in the Jewish mysticism book. I found the answers. I found them here. I found them there. That's what I mean. They used to be hidden, but, you know, thanks to everybody telling secrets and shit. The power of the pentagram, which is just the understanding. And that's how people fear me all the time. My pentagram is on my necklace that I wear around my neck. And as soon as they see it, they fear it. Losers. Casting a circle, I don't do it because I am the circle, but I taught in the very beginning of just visualizing yourself in it. So I don't cast circles, but it's in every single teaching. I talked to fucking Morgan about that. I was like, dude, I take my kids in the spiritual store. They want to grab the voodoo dolls. She's like, that's crazy. I was like, not for a healer like me. We could take the doll and use it to heal you, but yeah, you could fuck with their chakra systems. Something you don't really want to know. I'm big about the garden and all of the stuff in it. I can go through all of my books to show you that. Magical tools, there's pretty much nothing I have except for this fucker. I don't need one of those. I think that's illegal. I'm supposed to use my staff to build my broom, and I'm far from getting the ointment, making the ointment, because I still don't own the plants that are toxic and illegal. The maiden, that's where Amelia is right now. She's in her little maiden age. The Hagstone, I have one right there. It's right there next to Jesus. That's for Kalik, being able to look through and see what's on the other side. I don't need the stone to do it. But this is all about Kalik and throwing stones, turning people to stone and shit. The witches' runes are exactly the Norse runes. They're the same thing. You learn runes, you learn it. Sigils are different. I don't know if witches' sigils are different than the sigils of the Angelical Order. They're just symbols. It's fucking Metatron bullshit. Really? Yep. Sacred sites. We know of some, but there's so many more, and that's what I try to teach you, is everything was a beautiful site and had a beautiful history before you sat there, and, you know, before it is what it is. You can always connect with, the trees can tell me what's going on anywhere, the wind can tell me what's going on anywhere, but there's specific sites that you can go. I always tell you Red Rocks is one of them. Scrying, that's staring into, you know, you can stare into waters. Don't do mirrors. Candles is what I usually do. I stare into fucking nothing. And that's where you can see the images.
deforms your face because it has nothing else to do.
That's probably what happens every time I stare in the mirror because I don't see myself in the pictures. It doesn't look like me. Yeah, it distorts my face. Ritual magic, I do a lot of that. Those are when I do, I don't know, sabbats and shit like that. You'll see. That's when I have to bring out all the bullshit. When's the big last one I did? Remembering Yule. I'm remembering there. I do them all the time. All the fucking time, motherfuckers. The mother is just a stage of being full. Right? That's the Empress mode. Empress mode. A forager, you'll always see me collecting shit. That's where all this shit comes from. What do you do with it? I use the herbs and stuff for craft. What does that mean? I put the herbs together that I know have special magical qualities, and I use that with my intentions, and I set out an I would say a radar or a magnet into the universe that's calling it in or pushing it out, whatever I'm doing. The crone, that's pretty much me. That's the ending of things, the death of things, letting things pass away. Always in that energy. Familiar spirits, that's what I was telling Morgan too. It's like the animals and the children sense something different than what you guys see on my skin. They can sense me. You guys just see me. And that's it. The animals and stuff like that come to you. Aradia, I'm about to get into. Aradia was Diana's daughter, and she was tasked to come and teach the craft. She had to be a witch, the first witch, a public witch. She was called to go into poverty areas and teach them witchcraft to get themselves out of this shit.
The princess?
No, Aradia, but yeah, Diana, the goddess. So that's why she carries my spirit. She carries all of our spirit. We all descend our spirit with her to look out for her. She was the chosen child to do, you know what I mean, very difficult works. And that's me now. I'm reliving it. That's what I'm supposed to do. There's a few of them that teach you, but not in the light. And that's what she did. She was Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene. She's the next one we're going to read about. She was caused to be, you know what I mean, the voice of God in the female form. And that's basically a witch. Why? Because you're spreading the good news that breaks the patriarchy. Elemental magic, yeah, we work with the elements. It's all about working with the elements. You can't be a magician without knowing the elements and how they work together. Flows of energy. There's different types of witches. All different types, and that's what it is. It's like, are you a good witch or a bad witch? What's a bad witch? You guys are paying them to make your life better. Is that really bad? I'm just saying. I don't know. We can talk about some of this shit. Magical clothing. You can make your clothing magical. I have all that stupid shit. I swear to you, I have specific outfits on ceremonial magic that I have to wear certain dresses. I do have cloaks. I have veils. I have gloves. I have all this weird shit. Different things that I have to wear during different times. But it's me that makes my clothing magical. I like to just thrift shop, to be honest. They told me that like 7 times yesterday. Really? Okay, at least 4. I'm exaggerating. 4 different girls were like, I love your little outfit. I was like, I got it at the thrift store. What was it? Just a flower jumpsuit? It's like, it's a jumpsuit though. It's one of those onesies that you gotta pull off to go to the bathroom so you're like completely naked. That's what I mean, a onesie, a jumpsuit. Crystals. Yes, we teach you about all that. What's in the crystals? The planets and the deities. They put their power into the earth. Douches. They call them moonstones for a reason. They're not of this world. They carry certain minerals and aspects, and then you align those with the minerals and aspects that are inside of you, and some great activation. You're made up of the universe. The universe lies here within the earth. If you connect your universal energy to the earth's universal energy, you become like me and Metatron, and you're just like Merkaba and shit. An oracle. How can I see? Because I can see. Why? Because you want to know the truth? You're not going to like this. Because you're on a loop. Nothing's changed. I see no changes. Thanks, Pac. Where you been all day? Really? We're just replaying time until we break it. How long is this going to take? 35 years. Get to work, bro. Jesus. Really? Yeah, you're on loops. I show you that all the time. With my twin flames. Like, oh, me and Hades are playing out, you know, me and Wolfman are playing Persephone and Hades. Lilith and Lucifer, here comes fucking Russ. You know what I mean? Here comes Shiva and fucking Kali. Here comes this and that. And I show you. We're literally replaying time. Oh, here we go again at this. Can we turn to the next page? And that's it. We're supposed to change time. Why? By doing things we never did before. Really? Yeah. So in essence, it's like, you know what's coming? I mean, yeah, can't you? It's not very... Like, there's many times that you could look at a person's life, you're like, I knew that wasn't going to end well. I mean, obviously. It didn't take an oracle, a rocket scientist, not a fucking card in the world to tell you this shit was going to pop off. Sorry, I'm being an asshole. Not magic? No, but my daughter knows this. She just knows it. She knows how to do knots. I don't know. Love me knots is what I heard. I don't need to be doing it. Why have you never learned it? I don't know. It's not something I know. If I need to know, then we need to know, but it's a need-to-know basis, and I don't need to know not magic. She knows all kinds of knots, but I don't know if she knows it's magical. Really? Yeah. And the old ones. Who's older than me, bro? Mr. Plum. In the physical world, there are many people that have been on this planet longer than me in this lifetime. But they don't know how many times they've been on this planet. How many times have you been on this planet? The question is, how many other planets have I been on? And how many times have I been there too? This is not even funny. Really? I'm older than the dirt. The dirt was created of me, and me recreated of the dirt. From ashes to ashes and dust to dust. And there's us. Who's us? I mean... In the oneness, is there really any separation to the fact, like, the most common I think of is Marshall. It's like, Jesus, I can't believe we've been doing this for so many lives. Are you tired of living? How many times have I seen him in my lifetimes? I can't even believe it. Like, every lifetime you be there, dude? Like, every lifetime? I mean, Russ... It's just Russ in the skin. That's just his skin. But that energy, Lucifer, has always been in time as Lucifer. He's just taken form this time. Really? Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Right? So how many times have I been? Well, I was Isis. I did the Kanyen. I did the fucking Kali. I did the Morgan. I did the Medusa. I did all these lives, bro. Lots and lots and lots of lives. So when it talks about old ones, who's old? How many times did Jesus do a life? Bro, you had... Whatever. Doesn't matter how many lives you do. It's how impactful the life you have is. Fair enough. Put my hands together in prayer on that one. What are you going to say? That's what he said. It's not how many lives you have. It's how impactful the life you live is. And that's it. Why do we got to keep coming back? Because we didn't learn our lessons. We're not doing so well at life. And the old ones, I mean, are we talking about people that had lives? How many lives did they have? How old is Pac? How many lives did Pac have before you met Pac? Let me introduce you to my soul tribe. We're as old as the fucking dust of the fucking earth. Realistically, And she had upon herself 12 stars. I told you, what were we before we came here? Stars. Welcome, Starseeds, to the human experience. Your ancestors. Who are your ancestors? Somebody that was older than you that died before you? Somebody that wore the skin that you wore? That has a genetic connection to the skin? Or are we talking about the first two, Adam and Eve? You want to start there? That's where they start. Or we can go back to the monkeys and how you treat them. Look at how you treat your ancestors. Such a cunt ass. 22. Who are your ancestors, bro? Come on. There's the ascended masters, and then there's the people that didn't ascend and master shit in their life, and they're still here living life. Make sure you're taking advice from the right ones. Alright, after that I got these ones. Pure magic. Oh, we're talking about the witch hunts. You know, go hunt yourself. 39. I went to 35. I'm going to build a coven. You want to be part of my boy band group? I can invite some chicks, but... You know, chicks be funny and shit. If you don't, it's gonna be a gay group, is what I heard. No Diddy parties. You're over here trying to get them in the little bathtubs. Shut up! Dude, my Holy Spirits, I swear to God, you guys. Why'd you leave me on this planet by myself? This is hilarious. Alright, no ritual magic. We're not doing any of that. We're talking about the witches and burning and shit. 39. Come on, dude. Is that the last card? Probably. Stand strong. No longer can you be burned, down, drowned, or stoned for your beliefs. As a witch, you may be no stranger to finger pointing, persecution, and accusations. Yeah, they said I was being hostile with a handicapped person. You're picking fights with handicapped people. First off, the first one wasn't handicapped. How many times I gotta tell you that, people? Did you know she wasn't handicapped? No, I was trying to be Christ-like. And that's where I lost my Christ-likeness, is when I realized she wasn't handicapped. What happened? I tried to get her to take a bath. What is it with you? It's the baptism, bro. You guys need to be washed of your sins. Your skin is filthy of your sins you've been wearing from yesterday. And how old are your underwear? Jesus Christ. Help them, Lord. It's so ironic. Why do you do this? This is such hell. I want you to go out there and play nice with them. I hate them. Please don't make me go outside with them. Come on, Lilith. They are your brothers and sisters. You be nice to them. Oh, God. And so every time I get mad at you, I go into fucking huge fits with God. I'm gonna fucking kill you, God. Why did you make me do this with these people? Anyways, fuck your persecutions and accusations. Those who still proclaim baseless accusations towards magical folk are, in fact, witch hunters. They no longer have a place in our world. Yeah, dude. Don't point your sausages at me, bro. It is time to stand up and be counted, along with all those brave witches who were hunted down for their beliefs, power, and magic across the Western world. Be proud of who you are and step fearlessly out of the broom closet. Cleaning out the closet. Come on, Marshall. Come on, buddy. He hates that song. I know. Why'd you make it? Because you were coming from a hurt place, and now it triggers you all the time. You know what's funny? You're the creator. Why don't you just destroy your creations? Eat your children. You've done it before in time. I like to see this. I had a fear that you would do it. Why? Because you could, if you wanted to. I had a fear. When he said he was it was the death of Slim Shady, we had been doing a lot of talks about how fucking dark and dingy and awful and triggering his music is. And when he thought, I had the very thought, the inclination, dude, he could delete his whole albums and make them all go away. How sad it would be. I went through the whole death of Slim Shady all in my mind. Like, what would happen if there was no Eminem? I really did. I mourned his death in ways that people would have never accepted. But I did. He knows it. It was in the videos. I was like, what if he really deletes his shit, dude? I can't live without that. So going back to it, if you don't like the song, you could delete it if you wanted to. And that could be okay. You'd be the first one to do it. Really? Have you ever heard of someone just taking away one of their songs and saying that the world didn't blackball, but they did? They made a freaking choice to just destroy? Wow. Sounds crazy, right? Anyways, moving on. Let's see. For you were born with a gift that was passed down from your witchy ancestors, and from those untold hardships followed a dictated magical path that has been misunderstood throughout centuries. Don't allow the stigma of sorcery to hold your power back and feel you have to justify the way of your ancients. When you are accused of being in league with the devil, and when you have mocked, oh, isn't that great? Hey, Hades, you really set that one on tone. We were looking for a dark practitioner. I mean, I'd been fighting them, but I hadn't seen one. We were told we were going to get one, and he was going to come to the light and expose the dark. You sure did that. He's like, I did an invocation to Lucifer. Now, for those of you that think I'm praying to the devil, bro, it says in the book that's what you're doing, bro. What are you doing? You totally dry snitched the shit out of yourself, dickhead. I don't pray to the devil. You see who I pray to every day, all the days. Oh, and then there's this secret spot where I pray. Shut up, dude. Shut up, dude. I'm just saying. He's like, no, I don't pray to the devil. Lucifer's the devil in this world. No, but that's not what I meant. Okay, Russ. Whatever you say, Russ. Russ, was you on there fucking taking shots on and fucking making Big Sean take shots on the fucking stage? You can't take shots off stage? Do you feel cool taking shots on stage while you sing your boohoo childhood trauma songs? I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. You guys are pathetic. You're old, bro. You're washed up, bro. It's one thing to take a shot with the fans on the after party or to do some pre-gaming, but you gotta stop your show to fucking, you know, to redouse your fire. You went and had this huge interview, multiple interviews, talking about how you didn't like how you weren't, that the alcohol, you weren't in charge, that it was the alcohol. And yet you get on stage and who takes over? You're so fucking pathetic. God have mercy on your souls, bro. Really? I mean, not really. Your soul can handle it. Your flesh, not so much. And that's where he's going to attack your mind and everything else to make you see the error of your ways. Jesus Christ. Anyways, if you are being accused of being in league with the devil, and when you are mocked for your beliefs and feel as though you are drowning in a sea of judgment, just like poor innocent wenches of the old, who are unfairly tried and inequitably ducking trials, why did I just say fucking? Think again. If you believe that witches, this would be the most. Like, I can't say that in this book. Why couldn't you? It said it in the last book. Whatever. Maybe they can't. The publishing won't let you use that word. I can ask. Thinking again, if you believe that the witch hunts are a thing of the past, are often how you've been slighted for how quick or how quirky you are. When you're different and when you have power that others wish for themselves, you become a threat, albeit unwittingly. It is time to clear the timelines and protect yourself from threatening harm that's intended for you via jealousy, fear, or discrimination. Well, I don't have to worry about that because in my 10-day forecast, they were coming to get you. Who's they? The Egyptian energy and all of that. In the essence, I'm all protected and you're fucked. Really? Yeah. Just like Aradia, bro. You couldn't touch Aradia. You couldn't touch fucking Magdalene, bro. You couldn't touch fucking Jesus, bro. You couldn't touch his anointed, bro. You're just fucking in awe of them and wish you could destroy them just because you don't possess the powers we have. Well, you know, that's because you're possessed by fucking the greed of man. What am I supposed to tell you? When you're different and when you have powers, blah, blah, blah. When you make a stand as a witch of the craft and when you can't be swayed into reacting to enticement or persecutions of yesterday, will be healed. As those past accusations are released, a magical resonance will surge through you, invoking a force within you to stand strong, to speak in your truth, and be proud to call yourself a witch and follower of the old ways. They're showing me what I did before I came up here. So I told you one of the homegirls was, she's facing, you know what I mean, her tower fell. So she's facing that she's going to lose her housing and she has to relocate her job. And so I got into my car, and I've got these really strong new ones that I got. Every time I light them, they're crazy. And I gave her 2 incense. I gave her one for support and one for intuition. And I came in and I told her, I was like, look, this is what you're going to do. It's like when you get home, preferably a bath when you can relax, but especially you have to put on good music. Something you love, a good vibe, a really good vibe. That's going to change your state of mind. It's going to send electricity into your body. Then you're going to light these. This is going to call in support, right? It's going to call it in, but you're going to use this intuition. I don't know what your inner voice is telling you, and you can't hear it. This is going to open that inner voice and tell you where to go for support. And it's going to call it in for you so that they're ready for you. It's like you don't have to wait until this burns all the way down. When you feel that there's enough smoke, you put it down. When you need to repeat this, you do it again. This one is for support. This one is for intuition. You're sending off a radar into the universe. You're calling God straight to you. He hears you. And this is just using the elements. And I said that right in the front doorway. You know what I mean? In front of everybody. And it's like, I'm not afraid to teach you the craft and what you need to do to get things done. And that's what it is. You know what I mean? These are my own anointed You know what I mean? What I would use. If I need support, I'm lighting this for me. If my intuition is off and I need clarity, I'm lighting this for me. What's good for me is good for you. This is how I do it. And that's what it is as your spiritual teacher. Got it? Get it? Good. Let's see. Where was I? Down here. Invoking a force within to stand strong, to speak up in truth, and be proud to call yourself a witch and follower of the old ways. Light side unveiled. Because you're talented, gifted, and different and from the norm, you'll always be susceptible to persecution and ridicule, and be rejected by many in many forms. This is simply the projectional fears of others, so shine your truth out far and wide as you stand strong and reclaim your power. Shadow side. Rejection from the past situations has sent you into self-esteem destroying mission. It is time to take back the power that was stripped from you and the words and actions of others. Release your need to belong and reclaim who you are. I have to confess something. I hide my witchhood when dealing with Bobby. Specifically. I just don't bring it up because I know he's afraid. So I just don't bring it up. But that's not who I am. I'm like totally hiding, like double life, like pretending like I'm a normal chick. I mean, I have to bring it up, but I have to like hide it mostly, like act like it's not there. Why? I don't know. He's fearful of it, 100%. Why? Because he doesn't believe in God, or he watches too much movies, or I don't know. I don't have to hide this from fucking Marshall. You know what I mean? Fucking Allie, all of them, like, you know what I mean? I have to hide certain aspects of myself because you fucking fear it. Really? Yeah. Yeah. You know what I mean? Every time I've tried to bring out my spirituality to him, he fucking shames me. And we talked about it. He's like, you know, you just need to put down your Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And then when I'm having, you know, I'm like, I can hear you calling me. He's like, I don't know what voices you're hearing. Or if I'm saying I'm channeling, he's like, you know, he makes me sound like I'm crazy. It's like, I'm not fucking crazy. You're just being disrespectful about my abilities because you don't have them and you fear them and you try to act like I don't have them and you don't even fucking respect them. Really? Yeah. No respect, dude. It's like he doesn't even see that I'm a priestess and I have to remind him all the fucking time. A priestess is not just a servant of God. By definition, I'm a witch, bro. I don't just serve God. I do all that shit, bro. All of the in-between, and I've said that in many of my books. It's by definition, bro. I'm not just a divine, you know, being. We're all part of the divine. Part of, you know what I mean? I'm a high-level angelical order being, bro. I'm the fucking goddess next to God. I'm just playing a child like the rest of us. It's so stupid. He stripped us. In the essence, he made us gods before he made us his children. You know what I mean? He gave us high authority. I mean, he gave me this job a long time ago. I just didn't do this job. Then I went on to do my other jobs. You know what I mean? In high authority. Going back to, let's leave there. This came later. I'm going to do a quick run through some of these things. Naturally. We learned about the color codes of these are working through your elements, right? We learned about shedding your skin. The witch's wound. There it is again. I told you that's what they were talking about. I guess we're supposed to read this card. That's why they brought them all out. Working through your waters, the ocean muse, herbal craft. Astral travels is something I do all day. I'm like probably the pro at this. Probably. Raising the winds, you know I do. The hollowed heart. This is just heart transmission. Again, you can't be like me without having an open heart chakra. Pyrokinesis. This is the ability to harness your fire. Your fire is important. You have to light people up sometimes. You have to put fires out. You have to be the dragon warrior. That's what I heard. Amulets. I carry lots of them, and I tell you what they're all made for and what, you know, the powers behind all of them. The Bayan roots. This talks about our roots. It talks about being connected to the oneness, but how we can be uprooted and still. I make a lot of stories about this, is how, you know, people are, you were born somewhere, but then you were raised somewhere else. You were uprooted. By astrological chart, those people were your tribe. But at birth or whatever time, you were uprooted from your tribe and made other tribes your tribe. is what this really kind of goes to. And that's where it's like, these aren't your people, bro. This is just where your parents could afford to live. Ooh, burn. Vervain, we talked about that as our holy herb. We were supposed to be working with that. It's a powerful, it's a powerful protection herb and all of that good stuff. Drawing down the sun, how to work with the solar, opening a circle. Again, I don't cast circles or open circles. Everybody else does, circle jerkers. The medicine, this is, again, through music activation, and this is going back to what I pulled earlier, is just being, number 17, of course, being a healer, doing the internal healings. Secret seances, yeah, we go to secret places, the songbirds, and all of that. That's about sound healing. You've got to understand music and what it does. It changes your thought and feeling inside of your body when the bass drops, when a flute goes, when there's certain songs, bro. You want to see the most powerful? Stop what you're doing and put on a Christmas song. Watch what it does to you. It literally, you astral travel to a different time. You're now in winter. You're in Christmas. You're in your memories. You're in the future. You're in a different reality. Music can take you to different realities. We know this. Make sure you're putting the right reality in your head. Salamanders, this is about alchemy. There's a story about that. You know, letting things, from the fires, how the truth comes out of the fire. Telekinesis, we talk about this, mind control and shit. Subliminal stuff, you know, messing with people's mind and all of that. I forgot what this one is. I really did. I'm not even going to try. I'm the bridge. And that has to go with Mama Bridge as well. So as the maiden form, I was, you know, the Princess of Swords. But then as you go through it, I turn into the Khalik at the end. It's a whole regenerative cycle. Mirror magic, I don't teach. I don't fuck with. Like she said, if I stare at the mirror, my face starts to turn into something else. You serious? Yep. I don't fuck with mirror magic. Why? Because I catch things in the mirror. I'm beyond the mirror room. When people come to the mirrors, they're faced with the mirrors and they're stuck there. I can't explain it. It's a very scary reality. It's not like the one they paint. The Burning Man, I have one of them. I don't know where he is. I had to create one of these in my first year. It's a festival. It's a whole thing. It's a ceremonial thing. Hecate's path. I am Hecate. I teach you the path. I teach you how to draw down on the moon. Belladonna visions. You can't use Belladonna, but we teach you how to use mugwort and other things to get the visions. The gnomes are creatures of the... I don't deal with the gnomes. I set up gnome homes. The gnomes were in Oklahoma. So we set up the gnome homes for them. But other than that, no, I haven't really dealt with the gnomes. I deal with the fairies. Florida waters, those are the cleansing waters. There's actually one. No, that's not it. I have them somewhere else. They're cleansing waters. Levitation is what I'm working on. I saw it pop up in a book too. How does that work? When you're all spirit and the flesh doesn't exist anymore. You have to be all spirit. Right now, I'm stuck in the flesh. I haven't been able to do that yet. To send the electric magnetic waves through my flesh to levitate it. What is it? It's a light force, bro. I can tell you what it is and how to do it, but you have to be expanding inside. Like the more the light spreads, the more the light body takes over the flesh body. And trust me, you don't want too much light. Like where I am right now, I'm filled with light. I'm getting closer. What happens? I've seen it specifically. I've seen it on stages. I can do it. And then I believe when I'm pregnant, because the extra light that's inside of me, there's 2 lights that can lift the body now. Why? I don't know. I just harness the light and try it out. Why? Because I can. Yeah, mugwort. Don't play with mugwort. Don't play with it. If you're going to try something like this, you do it by yourself. Put it in a small bag, not on you, in the room. And it'll activate the dream world. But it's dangerous. Do I burn it? Not inside. It's not good for children or pets. If you want protection, you put mugwort and woodworm together. Those are really good. And that's you know what I mean, through all the realms. That's good for protection. Closing a circle, I don't open them, so I don't close them. Voldan Roots teaches us that we're all connected. Full connection, dude. No matter what culture you are, and I teach you that through all my times of history. I was your goddess, and I was your goddess, and I was your goddess, and I know you're God, and I know you're God, and I know you're God. Earth Mother, yep, we're created from the earth. You need to understand the earth and the animals. And of course, there's my crows. You are from the earth, and the animals are still part of the earth. They are your family. Humans, not so much. You were a monkey, remember? The din is the duality of your two sides, your masculine, and wearing it properly. Sifs, again, that's another thing we work with. They're like, they want me to pull out the book, and I really don't want to. It's another mythical creature that works with the healings of waters. And your ancestors, whoever they might be, whoever you worship and shit like that. Can't really say. There are dead people of this life that you're probably attached to, but you had many lives. So your ancestors are not necessarily something of this life, because you've lived, even though you might be black this life, I assure you weren't black in the last life. I'm sure everyone after living a black life chooses not to do that again. Sorry. I'm gonna be one of God's chosen Jews. Are you sure? Are you sure? You want to be the... Okay. And that's where it is. It's like, I'm American. I live in Western civilization. This makes no sense. Are you serious? This is where my new life is? This is what I signed up for? It makes perfect sense. It didn't when I woke up. It made no sense. Why would you put me here? Why did I choose to be here? What the fuck am I doing here? Jesus Christ. Anyway, so I don't want to read this. Remedies, magical medicine, sacred heart, another day. Fine. My throat kind of aches. I'm nursing a cold. I already had a cup of soup and some ginger ale. Are you really sick? No, but I don't want to wait till I'm really sick to do something about it. So I'm just going to treat myself like I need to, get better. What did I turn to? I think I turned to it. No, I went to levitation. I'm working on it! I'm really supposed to be. Am I really? Not really. I think about it from time to time. It's about all the work I give it. Like, one day, I'm going to levitate. It's about all I can do at this point. What day is that? The day I sit and do it. I've been thinking about it for a long time. Then you'll see me do it. You're like, oh my god, she's fucking floating. Shh, don't tell anyone. You're gonna ask me to... You're gonna try to hold me down. It's the last one in this one, too. Cauldron, body, hearth, and bowl. We use various vessels to spin our magic, and then drink the tonics. Spells of love and delight. What remedy do you seek? You have all you need to reach out of your hand. All that you need to reach out of your hand. Who writes this shit? Your heart is the wellspring of nature's abundance, and connect with as you connect with the grace. I'm getting downloads. I can't read. I'm seeing nothing more than a garden. Alright, let's see. Well springs to nature's abundance as you connect with love and grace. What kind of garden? Balboa Park in San Diego. It's the most beautiful garden. Do not fear a life of danger or suffering, but instead fear a life of no growth. Embrace the powers that arise from the pain and the beauty. What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe my kid was riding a bus by it and is thinking about me. Really? Maybe. I don't know. Embrace the powers that arise from the pain and the beauty that flowers after the darkness withdraws from the kiss. Using the ingredients of holy medicine and remedy is the answer to the peace you seek. We all have tears to shed in life. For the great work of poetry, art, and beauty have all been born from broken hearts. But broken hearts pave the way for healing and return to joy. Your scars tell the story of troubled times, but they are also the faces of your courage. That's what I posted. I believe I can fly. I really meant that. I was thinking about levitation when I put that on. But I believe this. I believe my stories can change the world. The heartache and the suffering and the pain that I've been through and how I changed, how I thought about it, I can teach others that. How to be set free from the pain and suffering. This card is a reminder that sometimes we repeat our lessons so that we can continue to master our heart. Do not abuse the mind or spirit or doubt that things will never change. Oh, have you retrograded? It's okay. I might too. I mean, I kind of did. I snapped off. I said something, you know, to that dude. Whether you or another is learning deeply, be still and remember to be patient. Pure wisdom. You are a vessel of experience, and your heart is a cauldron of power and change. Craft a psychic golden crown and place it atop your head. You are worthy of redemption, and you are worthy of healing and peace. Refrain from any annoyance or anxious impatience. All things are carried out in nature's process. When we prioritize our work and push away our aches for another day, we rob the spirit of healing. Stop. It was in my earlier video that we were in 10 days of healing, and it's an ability to do emotional healing. You don't want to deal with it today. You didn't want to deal with it yesterday. You don't want to deal with it tomorrow, but it's going to be there, and it's holding you back. I don't want to talk about my mom. I don't want to talk about my dad. I don't want to talk about my baby daddy. I don't want to talk about my lovers. I don't want to talk about what just happened. If you don't talk about it, it's going to eat you up. We're just trying to help you get it out. I don't want to do it. I didn't want to fucking remember this right now. I don't want to face this right now. Nah, bro, right now is the time. There's so many of these moments that we didn't ever talk about and we didn't want to face. And we're going to spend the next 35 years talking about them and facing them together. I am. And I hope that you have a voice and you can talk about your moments and get them off your back too. Get them off your heart. Let your heart be free again. Let these fucking secrets, all these painful experiences that have happened to your heart out. Otherwise, they just sit there hurting your heart and hurting your mind. So many, dude. We don't want people to know what we've been through. When people know, dude, they're gonna know how courageous you are, man. That's my whole story. When we prioritize our work and push away our aches for another day, we rob the spirit of healing. Follow your intuition. Pains are not meant to stay forever. Tend to your wounds and ensure that they do not fester into something bigger. Pure magic. A golden color of turmeric and honey combine to make a healing. I'm seeing the Kali card. We said that we said that her club was made of turmeric. Honey is for Maeve, which is determination. Do I have turmeric? No, but there's a fucking Whole Foods not too far. The golden colors of turmeric and honey combine to make a healing potion to help us when our energy has been scattered or lost. White turmeric has incredible health benefits. Its spiritual properties are most prized. Turmeric cleans and purifies the chakras and offers a protective shield for our aura. Similarly, while honey is fantastic healing properties, and that's it, some tea with some honey. What kind of tea? Think about it, bro. Start using your herbal knowledge of what you need. What do I need? I'm kind of sick, so I need some mint. Something to calm me down, some chamomile. It is also considered a sacred magical substance for ritual use. In ancient Egypt, bees were thought to carry the souls of the priestesses. Bee's life. Make yourself a golden elixir by combining a pinch of dry turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon of honey, and 3 milliliters of warm water. Stir to combine and drink in one swallow. As the golden liquid fills your belly, image a golden light radiating from inside out, filling your body. This light will remove... I'm smelling... As soon as I said that, I started smelling Nong Champa, bro, and I don't like Nong Champa. This light will remove any energy that doesn't belong to you and bring back pieces of your precious energy that may have been scattered. Imagine this elixir restoring you and making you whole again. This is how I learned this stuff. Did I do it last time? I don't think so. But I feel it now because I don't feel good. I had to go out anyways to do a couple things, and it's not far. In essence, I ate my bowl of soup, and I'm still kind of hungry, so I need to get some more stuff. My daughter's feeling good. She's passed out. That's good. So they told us earlier to burn cedar, and then during that during that reading, I got peppermint, lemongrass, and eucalyptus, right? So, because I can't get into my trunk, it's a long story right now. I'm not going to worry about all the cedar and all of that. I'm going to do what they said with this stuff. Get some turmeric and honey, and then I'll get some tea that has lemongrass and mint. Probably not eucalyptus, so. And then I will drink it. If I can't put it outside of me, then I'll put it inside of me. As far as cedar, you can use a lot of holy herbs to cleanse your aura. So I've been using white sage. You can use Palo Santo. You can use, Jesus, myrrh, frankincense, Nong Champa if you're into that shit. I just smelt it. That one's a very strong one. I just don't, it's very strong. It's like messing with, dragon's blood. Those are top level herbs and oils to mess with. You don't have dragon's blood in the beginning. I remember that's all I burnt. I had tons of dragon's blood. We burnt it for months in the beginning of my awakening. But no, I don't fuck with it. Not unless it's a ceremonial magic usually. So yeah, there's some ideas for you guys. I'm not feeling so groovy, but that's because I'm going through something, and that's what they said is it'll wear down your body, the healing. What is the healing? I don't know. Something's coming to the surface, bro. Has it came yet? I don't know. Maybe when I go outside, I'm going to see it. Hope not. Yeah. It could be on the internet right now waiting to trigger me into my healing. How about you guys? You ready to face your healing? Oh, Ardea. We didn't get to Ardea. So those were those cards. Did we go through all of them? I believe so. I don't know so. I said I thought I saw one I didn't see. Then there's the Gospel of Ardea. I got these later. We have not been through all of these cards. I'll just kind of show them to you. She taught all of the magic again. So these were a Gospel of Ardea. Ecstasy, blood, strega, which is the called of the craft in Italy. What is considered taboo, reconciliation, the queen, ritual magic, the fight, night woman, the unknown, dreams, curses, your sisterhood, the hedge, the divine masculine, union, escape, hierarchy, the feminine, what is this? I saw this word last time. I can't say it. This is what I couldn't say earlier. Fendusity, I don't know. I'm gonna have to put it into Google. Anyways, the pilgrims, yeah, you're about to go for a ride. Resistance, the truth, creation, yeah, we're about to create babies and shit. The gospel, La Luna, your shadow, fortune, games, secrecy, vows, peacemaking, and your divinity. They're not real deep in it, but it's just a reminder. You know what I mean? She risked her life to teach that. Talk about ancestors. She risked her life. She was chosen to teach the, you know what I mean? The forbidden. And that's what it is. Anytime the forbidden was taught, I was there. Why? It's the forbidden fruit of knowledge and wisdom. And that would have been me. That was me. That was Lilith. Lilith did that. That was what I would do. I didn't eat from the tree. And I wasn't told not to do it. I go back to this. What the fuck did you do? And why did I take the blame for your doing? God created temptation, my friend. He created temptation. He wanted to see. If it wouldn't have happened, and there's no if the tree didn't exist, there'd be no temptation. Why create something that they cannot have? Why tempt them with something they cannot have to begin with? Alright, so it was a matter of time before you'd give in to that temptation. So going back to whatever you may have repeated, and you may have gone back to your temptations and given into, God forgives you, but he wants you to understand why you're always tempted by this damn tree. There's plenty of trees to eat off of. Why this one? Truly? Pretty much. Hey, I love you guys. Yeah, I'm a witch bitch, and I get persecuted for that shit all the time. But I'm a witch in the name of Christ, and there was many. Going back to it's right here. Fuck off. Didn't I put that book away? No, I did. The Palladian Light book speaks of. Put these in here when I grabbed the last book. Hold on. It's a sisterhood. Paradigm shift. The Sisterhood of the Ray of the Ascending Christ. Females who were enlightened and became Christ consciousness beings while still on earth in their bodies, now serving as guides and higher dimensional teachers for humans ready to become enlightened and initiated into Christ consciousness. I'm not the only one. You just denied us the ability to have that connection with Christ. You denied us our spiritual abilities. You say women cannot commune with God without man. Is that the patriarchy of church, the hierarchy of the churches? Jewish mysticism would never let that out to women or anybody outside of the Jewish religion. Well, here I am teaching the world. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. These books were sacred and you couldn't access this kind of knowledge and information. But now it's been leaked. And we can all have, you know what I mean? And that's what keeps them more powerful than you. They're knowing. I can know that too. And that's where it is. Take the time to learn something and you can be just as smart as the last one. Ignorance is bliss in the sense of, oh, I didn't know that. Well, forgive you for you know not what you do only gets you so far. The knowing gets us a lot farther than your not knowing. And that's all it is. What does all this knowing do? It just prepares you for the unknown. No matter what, it's unknown. But we're not scared because we have an inner knowing. Right? Right. So yeah, the story is, we're all divine beings. We were all created of the divine. You haven't woken up to your divinity and walked in it, so you don't get to claim it. You don't just get to walk around. You have to restore your birthrights. You have to fix your crown and pick it up off the dirt that you yourself fucking buried it in. You have to pull your sword out. You have to fucking put on the fucking armor of God before you can walk around saying you're a warrior of God. And that's where all these Christians will burn. They know they're not right with God in the way that they persecute other people. I'll use their own words. It is their own words that they use to persecute you, and it is in those words that the persecuted will be set free. That's what those words were meant to do, was to liberate, not to oppress. All of these holy scriptures were meant to liberate, not to oppress. And they used all these holy scriptures to oppress all different types of segregation of people. Every single person that runs around saying they're a Christian, that's hating, lying and cheating and stealing and trying to freaking do their brothers and sisters dirty. He's coming, for he has seen what you've done. I am nothing more than his messenger, and you shall be judged before him and all of man. It will judge you for your sins, not I. I'll laugh at you. I think it's funny. It's nothing I haven't seen before. I come from a place of serial killers and drug dealers and rapists and, pedophiles and shit. I come from hell. I've seen what men have done. It all makes me laugh. Why? It's an internal understanding. Anyways, with that being said, when you stop wearing the flesh, you go back to your spirit, and your spirit is very holy. And, you are anointed in that sense. But as of right now, no, you're walking through nothing more than your mind's knowing, and you're being guided by the spirit. But if you're not listening to it, then you're dragging the spirit into your destruction, and they're doing everything to stop you. They'll be there with you. There's not a place that you can go that God's not there, and that the spirit of God is not trying to protect and guide you out of. But in essence, at the same time, and I said this earlier, God will walk you straight into a fire, a burning house. Walk you straight into trouble. Straight into trouble. Why? He believes that you'll do well. And then if you don't do well, he'll tell you how to do better next time. Because he'll walk into more trouble later. Why? Temptations and shit. Trials, tribulations. Yep. Hey, if you're a person that's been discriminated on, I know how you feel. I didn't. I never knew what it felt like to be discriminated on until I became what I am. And understand that they're going to hate me more than they ever hated you or your ancestors. And I stand up for you. I know what it means to be hated for no reason at all, just for the skin you wear. Just for what you believe in, the way you talk, or where you lived. I know what that means, bro. It only weakens you if you let it. They could never make it on our block. And I hear Pac. On our block, we still pray. On our block, we break bread together. On our block, we look out for our children. On our block, we cry together. We shed tears and blood together on our block. Yeah, it ain't Beverly Hills. But on our block, we still pray. Know that. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Be Joan of Arc. Hear that calling and go into the unknown. And know that God is with you. Your ancestors are with you. And you know what I mean? Just like Ardea. Just like Joan. You had to get them while they were young. Because you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And that's how it was too. All of us were something before God called us to greatness. We thought our lives were pretty good. He showed us greatness. But he showed us the fire. You had to go through the fucking boot camp, spiritual boot camp. Be shed of your skin. Make it through that fire to be an actual tool of God. But there's a glorious place for you on the other side. Hey, I love you guys. Catch you later. Laters, headers.